Hi guys, I'm Broken Bexy. I'm just a girl with a broken body who wants to make a positive difference in other people's lives while trying to live my best life. Today it is Sunday, so it is time for another story time, and I thought I would share with you the story of the time we got threatened with an axe. I want to say before I get into this video that we were all very young. Well, not very young, but we were not very considerate and not very smart, basically. Think we could have handled the situation a lot better, and that is on us. We didn't really be very respectful and all of that sort of stuff, and so that's where we went wrong. Obviously, there's no good reason to threaten anyone with anything, especially an axe. So that's on that person for deciding that that was the thing she was going to do. But like I said, we did not help the situation. We were not very respectful with how we handled it, and that is completely on us, and I know that, and I would like to think that we have all grown up a little bit from then. But yeah, so basically how it all started was a big group of friends decided to go camping. So because I was homeschooled, I didn't have a lot of chances to interact with other people as much as what you would if you went to a school. I had a couple of friends in my homeschool group, but that was it. So my brothers and I, we spent all of our time together and we became really close. But as they got older, and because they're a bit older than me, they started working or they went to an actual school and then started working as well, and they began to form a larger friend group who then became friends with me as well, because I was always around my brothers annoying them and stuff, and we all just became friends. And then when I went to school, I made a few really good friends who then became friends with my brother's friends, and we were all just this massive group of friends. And I moved away for a bit and then I moved back again, and I hadn't been back for very long, and we all decided that we would all go out and we would go camping together. And where we lived, there was a campsite kind of thing about an hour away, so half the time you could only get there with four-wheel drives, but it was this beautiful creek that they had sort of made into a camping area where you could camp or you could go for the day, and there were picnic benches and all that sort of stuff. There were swings out of the trees. If you went up further, there were like proper swimming holes and all that sort of stuff. It was really cool and really beautiful. And so, like I said, we were camping there, so we set up our camping area and we went and explored and went swimming, and we went and just did a whole heap of stuff. Then that night we were having drinks and all that sort of stuff. There was a fire. I will also say that legal drinking age here is 18, and we were all over 18. So we were having a great time. It started raining and we were all like huddled up under like covers, and we were out in the rain. We didn't care either. We made friends with a group of French people who were camping there as well, and they came over to our campsite. We were having drinks with them, talking to them, learning how to say different things in French, and it was really fun. I actually decided to go to bed relatively early because
I can't actually remember why I went to bed early, But I did.
And we had, like, I could still hear them. Like, I was trying to go to sleep and I could still hear them and all that sort of stuff. I could, and then more of our friends turned up later. It would have been like 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and then they were joining in the festivities, I guess. And then
I am having a blank. It is completely gone.
anyway, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Um, so it would have been about 2 to 4 in the morning. I don't really know what time it was. I know it was pretty early in the morning, and all of that, but we didn't really use our phones when we were out camping and stuff like that, so I have no idea really. Um, but everyone had sort of died down by this point, and we're going to bed and we're trying to go to bed. And we had one friend still awake, and he was still drinking, he was still blasting music. Like, we had turned the music down earlier in the night to be respectful of other people camping around. He had turned the music back up. We were all calling out to him, like, turn the bloody music down. We're trying to sleep, kind of thing. And he wasn't just playing the music, he was screaming out the words of the songs. And I don't know if you've heard Kevin Bloody Wilson, but how do I put him into words? So he is a very vulgar artist. I don't know. But basically, he's not family friendly in any way, shape, or form. But my friend decided, it was also school holidays, so there were families camping all around us. And this friend of ours decided that he was going to blast Kevin Bloody Wilson while screaming the words at the top of his lungs at 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're all trying to tell him to be quiet. We'd go out and turn the music down, and he'd turn it back up. And he was just driving us all insane. And we kept telling him, like, there's other people here, you need to turn it down. We're all trying to sleep.
Go to bed. You need to go to bed.
And he just wouldn't listen to us. And then eventually, he did go to bed. Actually, I don't know if he actually did, but he did end up turning the music down and not screaming it out and everything. But we all woke up pretty early, like with the sun. When you're camping, you usually do. You wake up when the sun comes up, because it's so bright and it starts to get hot and just all those sort of things. So we all woke up pretty early. So it was only like an hour or two after he stopped being a menace, basically. And we were telling him, like, how frustrating it was and all that sort of stuff. And we started packing up our camp, and we were all like talking about what had happened the night before, the people that we'd met, all that kind of stuff, and making sure we put the fire out properly and that we weren't leaving any rubbish or anything like that. And we were almost packed up, and this woman comes walking over to us, and she is heavily pregnant and she is carrying an axe. And we are like, what's this woman doing with an axe? Not really thinking that she was walking to us. And she comes over to us and starts
Going off.
She is screaming at us, she is swearing at us, she is going nuts about how loud we were, about the songs we were playing, about how late or early, if you want to think about it, we were blasting music that was inappropriate for her children to hear, keeping them awake, and all of that sort of stuff, just going upset, which I understand. Well, now I do. At the time, I thought it was a little bit crazy, but I kind of understood it. Now I understand it. Like, you've got young children. You don't necessarily want them being exposed to that kind of like language and all that sort of stuff, especially at 3 in the morning when they're all supposed to be sleeping, but they can't sleep because this stuff is being blasted and can be heard clear as day, even though they were quite a distance from where we were, but they would have been able to hear it. And she's just going off, which I already said, but that's the only word I can think of to describe it. But I kind of remember exactly what happened, whether somebody from our group had said something and it triggered her even more, or whether she was just on a rant. But she was not happy at all. And next thing, she's like telling us that she's gonna put the axe through my friend's car and all this sort of stuff. And we're just like, okay, we're getting out of here. Pretty sure half of us at least were like, I'm so sorry about this and that it's happened. We're leaving. We'll get out of your hair. Sorry again. Tried to not let it happen, sort of thing. And we went to leave. And eventually she left us alone, and we were kind of like in shock that this lady had come over with a massive axe and was threatening to put it through our car, and over some music being played. But then we could kind of understand that, yeah, it was really loud. She did have a point that we were being disrespectful to the other campers there and all of that sort of stuff, but we just thought the reaction was overkill. And when we went to leave, I remember the people who were driving the different cars, because there was only a couple that had driven and everyone else just piled in to the different cars and stuff. And whoever was driving, they all decided that they would blast more music. And as we left, and like rev the cars and all of that sort of stuff, which was really childish now that I think about it. At the time, I thought it was hilarious. And we left, and that is the story of the time we got threatened with an axe. Well, our car got threatened with an axe, I guess I should say. But it was kind of an insane experience. I didn't expect that somebody would come at us like that. So none of us really did. Like, we were aware that it wasn't really the right thing to do, by blasting the music and stuff. Like, we were annoyed at it too, but we didn't expect that kind of reaction. So that is today's story time. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you have had any crazy camping stories or stories where you were threatened. I hope you haven't been threatened, but if you have, let me know in the comments below. And if you did like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to check out some of my other videos. You might like it. I post every Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday videos, and then on Sundays I post Storytime Sundays. So if you don't want to miss any of them, make sure to subscribe and press the little notification bell so that you never miss a video. And I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.